Hello everyone, this is Ayushi.
This is Divya.
Asmita.
This is Sarah.
And this is Manan of the team Dekalog.
And today on our podcast, we'll be talking about the film The Girl Who Walks Home Alone at Night. Picture a ghost town, forgotten by time, immersed in shadows and bathed in moonlight. In this desolate setting, we meet the girl, a mesmerizing protagonist who prowls the streets alone, driven by a hunger that goes beyond the mundane. She's a vampire, an enigma, a symbol of empowerment in a world that seems devoid of hope. But this tale is not just about a solitary figure navigating the night. No, it is so much more. The Girl Who Walks Home Alone at Night is a convergence of genres, a convergence of cultures. What makes this film truly extraordinary is its ability to resonate with the youth. It captures the essence of the rebellion, alienation, and the quest for identity that often define this phase of life. As we venture further into this realm, we encounter a rich tapestry of characters who navigate the twisted paths of Bad City. We shall unravel their stories, their hopes, and their fears. From the jaded and weary to the dreamer seeking a glimmer of light, each character holds a key to understanding the profound themes at play.
A girl walks home alone at night. The director of this film is an Iranian American. In the movie, we can see that she has tried to portray both her cultural identities by merging the Western and the Iranian cultures. This is evident from the first scene itself, through how she portrayed Orish as the male protagonist.
I felt that the movie was beautiful. It explored theme of gender, power and addictions. But when I first saw the title of the movie, I expected something completely different. I expected the girl to be the one who was vulnerable in the situation and the girl to be the one who was powerless. But the entire movie, her being a vampire, she was the one who never had to be scared of anyone else at night, and she was the one who never had to be scared of like any male who was walking around her. But everyone else around her, kind of, it put them in a vulnerable situation to be around her, because she was a vampire and she held a lot of power in that situation.
I definitely agree with you. In the first scene itself, now the starting scenes, when the girl is introduced to us, she is portrayed as the predator when she is seen with Saeed. Looking at that scene, we can see that Saeed would be the predator, but when she reveals her fangs, the dynamic totally changes.
Yeah, and I also would like to talk about the black and white screen, of the black and white color of the film. I believe it's from the perspective of the cat that from the start, when the male protagonist, Arash, picks up the cat, and till the end, the cat could be seen at different parts of the movie. I believe that the director is trying to portray the viewers, us, as the cat, because it's observing everything but it can't do anything.
I agree with this on Manan. Since the absence of color focuses on the emotions, leaving us with a sense of timelessness and evoking a visual experience like no other. Black and white cinematography creates a strong contrast and enhances the overall atmosphere of the film. Plus, the use of wide shots and long takes allows the audience to immerse themselves in the desolate and terrifying landscape of Bad City. The film's aesthetic choices, including the use of shadows and lighting, contribute to its unique and compelling visual appeal.
I definitely like your theory, Manan. I think the cat is a crucial part of the story. I also think that the movie is also in black and white because the girl who is supposed to be a vampire, she's from a different time period. So I think it symbolizes that as well.
When Asmata talked about Saeed, it really made me wonder, like, his house and his whole personality was so traditionally masculine. Like, in the first scene when he was seen with the woman who he had hired, he kind of like expected her to do whatever he wanted her to do. He also said the line, "Woman wants kids." His very first thing on his voice machine was leave a message, hooker. And like, his house was so traditionally masculine. Like, there were deers hanging around, and like there were alcohol bottles, there was a bar, and there was like drugs all around the place wherever you could see.
Talking about the traditional appeal, the girl, for example, wears a chador to conceal her identity as a vampire. Arash, on the other hand, wears a James Dean style leather jacket and has slick back hair to project an image of coolness and rebellion, I think.
I think that was the director portraying the American Iranian cultures.
Adding to this, I would like to talk about the soundtrack of the film. It is worth noting that the film has a distinct visual style and uses sound to enhance its unique atmosphere. For example, if we take the example of Footsteps, the movie follows a young vampire as she walks through the town at night. We may hear the deliberate and eerie sounds of her footsteps echoing in the silence. These audio elements help to create a sense of unease, mystery, and tension throughout the film.
I think the background music and the scores, like Sarah mentioned, the sound of cigarettes crackling and the footsteps and all, it's supposed to show the heightened senses of the vampire, the girl. And also, I particularly like the background scores of the movie throughout. It's by the Iranian band, I think, Kiosk, and it's the pop genre of it, which is like very intriguing as a viewer, and it gets you engaged with the movie.
Also, the point that whenever the girl is shown at night, she always seemed to have, in the background, there always seem to be the crickets playing and the sound of crickets. It really gives the sense of mystery and thriller when you look at her and you start to wonder what's going to happen next or what's going to be her next move. Also, I would like to point out that how being a vampire is like kind of symbolized as her being a man at night, because men usually walking on the street have the power when it's night, and she's a vampire and at night she is the one who holds the power. Even though anyone comes across her, no one can literally do anything to her. Also, the skateboard scene is the first scene in which she steals the skateboard and she was riding it. When I saw that scene, I felt so free, and I felt like there was like usually when you picture, or like me living in Delhi, when I picture a woman walking alone at night, it kind of makes me nervous, and it kind of makes me like a little anxious about what's going to happen to them. But to her, I knew that nothing could happen to her because she was the one who held the power in most situations.
Yeah, I agree with you, Jivya, but there's a catch to it as well. In this movie, the girl, the vampire, she's portrayed as an anti-hero vigilante. And it does a very good job in glorifying the vigilantes. While it is true that she is supreme at night, it is also true that she has her own sense of justice, which she is trying to bring to this world. Like, what right did she have to threaten a child or kill a homeless man?
Overall, talking about the movie The Girl Walks Home Alone at Night, for me it was a very complex and multi-layered film, and it explored a range of themes and issues. It was a unique blend of horror, romance, and social commentary, and has made a cult classic amongst fans of independent cinema. Thank you so much for listening to our podcast.
Thank you.
Thank you.